Well, World War III might be in full swing, but we won't let that stop us from playing some music to take you through the night wherever you might be, in the car on your way to safer pastures, in a bomb shelter in your back garden, or taking refuge down in the underground. We are staying on the air and doing our best to drown out the sound of explosions with the sound of emotions. And that's what music is, emotions in the form of sound. We're going entirely instrumental tonight because sometimes a song doesn't need any words. The music speaks for itself. So settle down, snuggle up, and let's kick it off with a bit of Ambient Escapade and their single from 2027, You're Sleeping in the Midst of the Blitz. Well, there you go. Not a bad way to kick off the night. World War III may be upon us, but there's always time for a bit of air drumming or air guitar, whatever takes your fancy. You're Rockin' in the Midst of the Blitz might have been a more appropriate name for that song. But anyway, on to the next one, Tokyo Wanderer with Red Light Misfit. I like that one, Red Light Misfit. I wonder if it's about a misfit working in the red light district or a misfit browsing the red light district. I really don't know. I thought the red light district was an area of the city with heavy traffic until I was about 24, so I'm no expert. Anyway, I hope you're all safe and well, and I hope our efforts here in the studio to lift your spirits in these dark times are working. On to the next one, which has an unfortunate name considering the circumstances. It's Jane's Memory with Nuclear Love. Bit of a Joy Division sound to that one. Takes me back to the days when I was a rebellious youth in the late 70s. How nice those times seem now. But of course the city of Manchester, Salford to be precise, where Joy Division were from, is now, well, basically gone, reduced to literally nothingness. It's very sad. And it's the same for many other British cities and towns that have been destroyed because of this war. Anyway, chin up. Next we have Passion Drive with Lemon Days. That was Passion Drive with Lemon Days there. I'm not sure exactly what Lemon Days are or what a Passion Drive is, but regardless, I like that one. Some nice guitar work, simple but effective, evoking emotion as music should always do. And let's hope that we have plenty more music to look forward to in the future. And maybe a new revolutionary type of music will come about because of this war once it's all ended, like in the 50s after World War II with rock and roll. Who knows, we'll see. Here's a bit of Lies and Lullabies with Baby Don't Cry. Beautiful. I could sit on the shore, gazing out on the horizon with a glass of red wine, listening to that one. Unfortunately, I don't have a glass of red wine and the horizon is just plumes of smoke. But stay positive, people. Never forget that behind the clouds, the sun is always shining. feel like I've just travelled through a colourful vortex of shimmering diamonds after that one. But that could be the brownies starting to kick in. Mike's wife Helen sometimes surprises us here in the studio with some of her homemade brownies, which are absolutely delicious and also quite potent. Yes, you might think I'm a bit of a stiff, but believe it or not, I do enjoy a bit of a munch on the magic bud from time to time. Anyway, please take caution in Bristol, people. Word has just come through that the city is taking heavy strikes as we speak. So get underground if you can, take all the necessary precautions, and I wish you all the best. May the damage be at an absolute minimum. This is, I believe, the first time Bristol has been hit since the start of the war. So another city falls victim to the terror of war, but we are a resilient people, and on we will march with defiance, hope, belief, and good music. It's the Whiskey River Rats with Swimming. If a sound could sum up the scenes around the world at the moment, I guess that would probably be it. As we said before, if anyone in Bristol is listening, we wish you safety in these dark times. This comes as reports trickle through of heavy bombing, heavy strikes taking place on the city as we speak. Also, apologies to our listeners if you can hear the air raid sirens going off in the background. I don't know if you can or not, but we're doing our best to drown them out. Funny, isn't it, how you become accustomed to a sound like that, which should strike you with a gut-wrenching fear, and yet we become so used to hearing them over the past 10 days that they no longer have any effect at all apart from being slightly irritating. However, this is not irritating. This is Blossom House with Indigo Girl. So there we go, a good driving tune, that one. Maybe you're on the road to a more remote area of the country. Maybe you're stuck in traffic trying to get out of the city, or maybe you're in LA by having a quick nap before you get on the road again for that long journey to safer pastures, and safer pastures may you find, God willing. Here's the Willowmen with Velvet Sky. Some nice stuff there by the Willowmen. A good one for unwinding after a long day of, I was going to say work, but there are very few businesses running as normal, so work for the time being has been somewhat sidelined. So a good one for unwinding after a long day of whatever these times are burdening you with. Unfortunately, news just in that the city of Leicester is suffering the same fate as Bristol. A lot of heavy strikes have hit the city in the past few minutes. Heavy traffic outbound as thousands try to flee the onslaught. The same is happening in and around Bristol. Unfortunately, it seems that many are being caught up in the bombing. The relentless strikes with seemingly no regard for civilian life, as is and was the case with many towns and cities across the country. And so our hearts go out to you. We are thinking of you, and we are with you in thought, in spirit, in defiance. Never, ever give up hope. Here's the silence with a fitting song, Hope on the Wind. straight into the next one before we give you a bit of an update on things. It's Birds of Justice with Taking on the World. words of justice there. We were bopping along to that here in the studio. So strikes around the country have intensified in the last 30 to 40 minutes. There seemed to be a short lull in the strikes for a couple of hours, but they are back with a vengeance. But don't you worry, we are striking back along with our allies, albeit with a more humane approach, with precision strikes on legitimate targets, as opposed to the indiscriminate bombing by the enemy of our towns and city centres. Much of Europe is experiencing the same treatment as we're getting, with the exception of Switzerland, Luxembourg, and Hungary. But unfortunately, one of the countries most badly hit is our very own, along with likes of France, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, Sweden, and Finland. So millions are attempting to mass migrate from Europe to Northwest Africa through ports from Italy and Spain, although by the sounds of it, very few people are having success, and we've heard many stories of capsized boats trying to make the crossing. Very sad indeed, but wherever you are, we wish you the best, and hope you and your families make it out safely to wherever it is you're planning to go. Here's Dexter Goldman with Got No Time for Worrying. Yes, that certainly gives off the vibe of not worrying, as the song suggests, but easier said than done, unfortunately, Dexter. Although, as always, we appreciate optimism and positivity in the face of adversity. Here's Bar Owl by Cracks in the Rock. love that one. Has anyone got some whiskey? I feel like getting drunk now. I suspect we all do. Anyway, how are you all doing out there? I hope my company is sufficient because you're stuck with me for the long haul. You're probably pressing at the buttons trying to tune into a different radio station by this point, thinking would he ever shut up. I suspect my wife thinks the same on a daily basis. I still love you though, darling. 44 years we've been married. And they've absolutely flown by. Okay, who have we got next? Ah yes, Woven with Swamp Blues.
Swamp Blues there by Woven. That really takes me back to my first time watching Creature of the Black Lagoon from 1954. Though I think I watched it in about 1962 or 63, I was absolutely bloody terrified. For about a month after I was convinced the creature was lurking in the river behind our house, such is the innocence of youth. But anyway, if you've just joined us, you're listening to Vibe Radio with me, your host Jonathan Margate. and I'm here to gently guide you through the night. And keep your spirits up, because we're hardly going to let a minor event like WW3 get us down in the dumps, are we? Of course not. We're staying on the air until the studio gets blasted into the air. That's my new motto. Now, here's Sunken Ships with Roll with the Waves. Nice stuff there, Roll with the Waves. I can certainly see myself bobbing around in dinghy out on the vast open ocean while listening to that one. Although if I am someday bobbing about alone in the vast expanses of the ocean, things have probably gone seriously wrong for me. But at least I would scare away the sharks with my incessantly boring chit-chat.
Okay, that was Drew Stevenson with a Shepherd's Walk. His guitar style kind of reminded me of an old friend of mine, Howard Stone, very similar style of playing. Howard was the guitarist in our band. Yes, you heard correctly. I was actually in a band a long time ago when I had hair, skin with some form of elasticity, and real kneecaps. We were called the Ravens. Although, as you might have guessed, we didn't make it very far, otherwise you might have heard the name. I blame our lack of success on the lead singer. He was a boring fool with bad knees, who later went on to work as a presenter on a radio show. Jonathan something was his name. Anyway, there's been no more updates on what's going on in Bristol or Leicester, the two latest British cities to suffer under a wave of strikes. Thousands are trying to flee both cities. Many, I'm sure, are huddled underground or anywhere that might provide some form of safety. Stay strong and stay united. Here's Shine with the Puppet Masters. I actually bloody loved that one. At first I thought I didn't, but I was grooving like a sped up Indian snake charmer by the end of it. I hope the air raid sirens didn't interfere. I can hear them pretty loud and clear, but I'm not sure if you can hear them on your end. Hopefully not. There is a lot of movement though outside the studio apparently. A lot of people seem to be leaving the area, although we haven't had any other warnings about a potential strike in this area, apart from the sirens which we've been hearing for days anyway. So I'm not entirely sure what all the commotion is about, but like I said, we're staying on the air until we're blasted into